of the F1 division here at Canada for the ATA Racing League. I'm joined in the box, not this week, by the usual one as you'd expect. The one that replaced me last week is the one, the only IDG Skyline. Say hello.
Gracias. Hola amigos.
Yes.
Como
So
te llamas?
we have the new update. We have the new graphics, so you'll
The
be able to see.
broken update.
Yeah, we got the update last week, but I didn't manage to express my opinion to it last week, so yeah, I've got the update. It's very enjoyable. Anyway, to the racing tonight and to the qualifying that's about to start. Well, let's just have a recap of what happened well, just 7 days ago, as we have a wet qualifying. Is it potentially going to be a wet race like it was last night in GP2? Only time can tell.
You know, I'm going to predict this now. I'm going to predict Michael to get pole. Sorry to interrupt you, but I want to say it before it gets started. I predict Michael to get pole.
You predict Michael to get pole. I wouldn't really put it past him.
He likes the rain. He always asks for rain, so I wouldn't be surprised.
Well, last night when I was trying to do this on the wheel in the wet, it didn't go to plan. So, yeah. Anyway, we have the new update. We have the timing screen to the left as we see who's the first man to come out. It is a Williams, I believe. It is Bacon Yum. It's both Williams, actually. It's both the Williams that have actually come out. JB Racer's also coming out.
You know one thing that would be nice to have in the spectator cam?
What's that?
A little mini map. So you can see, like, where the yellow flags are and where people are on track, so you can get a rough idea of who's about to start a lap and who's not.
Yeah, but I don't think it's really necessary, to be honest.
Well, no, but
Anyway.
it would be nice to have a map.
It would be nice, but I don't think it's really necessary, to be honest. But anyway, back to last night's race. It was a dry qualifying. And then, as soon as we went in the race, it was teaming it down. I don't actually know who won the race last night. Who won the race last night, Skyline?
Good question.
Well, thank you for helping me there.
I know Fanti got second, but he was leading the race, but he had like so many penalties that dropped him to second, I believe. Oh, it's Boutel who won the race.
Oh, it was Boutel? Right. Well, as we're looking at beyond Mr. Michaels, him and Craig last night in comms must have had a bit of a mare, considering we had to do a restart because of lag. Hopefully it's not the same issue this time. Hopefully the game plays it a little bit more fair as it just runs onto the grass a little bit. Sorry if you do see any other pop-ups on the screen. I am getting notifications like mental. So, predictions for, obviously you've made the prediction for qualifying, Michael being on pole, so what do you think? Do you think Craig Senna or Digital have a good thing to do?
Craig normally struggles in the wet, and he's admitted that on numerous occasions. He doesn't like the wet. But Digital, I don't really know what he's like in the wet, so it could be interesting to see how Digital does. But I think the one person to look out for, in my opinion, is Michael. On the wet tyres, and maybe also Vincent as well. You never know what Vincent can come up with. But I think the people that are likely to struggle tonight are probably going to be Eyes the Best and Craig. I think they're going to be the main two people to struggle tonight.
Yeah, well, if you remember back to Spain, Craig actually did not too bad, considering he does not like the rain.
Got a good point. But he always says that he doesn't like it, so I'm going to just like trust his word on that he doesn't like it. And I don't know. I think if he gets into the top 5 for Craig, that'd be good for him. Michael, I'd say, needs to get. I think if he doesn't get in the top 3, he'd be disappointed. So no, I think if Michael doesn't get on the front row, he'd be disappointed, to be completely honest.
As we see, some people have already made some laps. We see JB Racer at the top. The 123 As we see, he was actually backed out of his next lap.
Brutal Reapers did do a 123.2, which would put him on pole, but I'm assuming it would have... Oh no, it wouldn't. Switch when it did 123 dead. That would put him on pole, but I'm guessing that was an invalidated lap.
Yes. Only... Yes, because when I was looking at it, and I was waiting for...
Michael's coming across the line now. Let's see where Michael goes.
we go
Pole.
straight to the top
What did I
by
say?
4/10.
What did I say? Michael will pull it out the bag. I know it's early yet, and there's still another 7 minutes 15, but I think that's put Michael in a good position. And fucking Baz. Oh, don't get me started on Baz.
Yeah. So as you can see,
Hopefully
there, it's
he's had
only
a couple of
3/10.
driving lessons since last night.
Yeah, so as you can see there, it's only 3/10 from Michaels to JB Racer, and another 3/10 back to Leafy, who's only 0.02 of a second in front of Geminin. So it's quite.
I still want to
tight
say
up
that
there.
the Switch still has the fastest time, technically speaking.
It
Even though
does,
it was invalidated.
Yeah, it does, but yes, it's invalidated, so it does not count.
Can I just point out, Bacon Yum is on Inters.
Bacon Yum is on Inters. That's an interesting.
Oh no, he's gone back onto wets. He's in the pit lane, so I'm assuming he was checking the lap time difference between the wets and the Inters.
Yeah, potentially.
And then he's gone back onto Inters again, apparently. What the fuck is going on with that? Michael's sliding around the final corner!
Well, as he comes across the
Does
line,
Michael improve?
he improved.
22.7.
Wow, he improved by over
7/10, better than anyone else right now.
Yeah. He absolutely loves the rain. He's said it countless times he absolutely loves the rain. I don't know what it is, but he just seems to like the rain a whole lot better than everyone else.
Yes, Outgoing's coming onto the back straight, ready to start a lap by the look of it, 'cause it says outlap next to his name, and I'm assuming he's getting ready to put the foot down, rich fuel, pedal to the metal, and see what he does.
Yes, we go.
What do you think KS Outgoing will do? Where do you think he'll get?
KS? I don't know. I think he
I
should.
think he'll get top
hopefully
3.
Hopefully, he should get up top. Yeah, top 10 definitely, as he is in 10th at the moment. As he goes on to start.
Look at Digital. Look how close Digital got to Michael.
Wow, less than a tenth between them as well. See Digital, he's appeared to have backed out, I think, from the lap that he's on at the moment.
Who's that?
Digital.
Okay, I'm still on board with KS, see how well he's doing. And he's lagging a little bit, no surprise there for KS. As the Williams moves out the way by the look of that, I don't know who it was in the Williams, but they moved out the way quite nicely.
Yeah, so Bacon Yum's definitely on the inters at the moment. And he is actually out on a lap, so if he does go faster, he's going to be interesting to watch, but he doesn't... Well,
It looks like Craig's thinking the same thing as well. No, not Craig, Vincent, sorry.
Yeah, Vincent's thinking that as well.
It's because there's a dry line forming, and once that dry line forms, you can risk the inters.
Yeah, but it's whether or not there's enough of a dry line for the inters to work.
I think there is, personally. I'd definitely give it a risk. KS Outgoing goes pole by 1 tenth and a half. There we go.
Wow. I didn't actually expect that from, as Bacon Yum, as we can see here, is about to go into a flying lap in the inters, so...
Switch just posted a lap as well, which now makes it the top 5 are separated by 8/10.
Wow. But he's the best in Leafy and Geminin. Gemin are not that far behind, to be honest, as Leafy goes on to inters as well. As
Michael's
goes
fastest
back
lap.
on top by a half a second. Wow. He's really throwing the hammer down now.
I'm watching Bacon Yum at the minute, who's on the inters, the first man out on the inters, see how he
Yeah, I'm
does.
keeping an eye on Bacon Yum as well. So it's gonna be-
24.5 in the first sector. Doesn't necessarily if it's up or down in his time, but I'm sure we'll find out soon enough.
Gets very close to run onto the grass there.
Did.
As we go on board with him coming through, what is probably the trickiest little chicane. It's under the bridge, you need to spot your braking and then get on the power as you're coming up towards the hairpin, which is quite tricky in itself as well. You can easily overshoot it.
24.5 in the middle sector. I believe that's actually quicker than the wet runners that I was watching earlier.
Potentially. Well, as he's coming down the back straight, he obviously won't open DRS as DRS isn't available, but he will put pedal to the metal. This comes up to the final chicane and up to the World Champions as well.
200 mile an hour down that straight. That is quick for these generational cars.
Yeah, especially in the wet conditions. As he comes across the line, he doesn't go fast this. He sets a 124.9.
Okay,
So
I'm going to look at V. Leafley, who's on and out now. Oh no, Vincent's on a lap, isn't he? So how's Vincent going to do on them intermediates? Vincent doesn't improve. So it doesn't look like the Inters are quite ready yet.
I think Switches ran out of fuel. Yeah, Switches ran out of fuel. Michael has retired as he feels that he can't set a quicker lap time better than that.
Well, he's in the pit lane and there isn't enough time to come back out again, so...
Yeah, if you're still in the pits, you definitely don't have enough time to come back out, so they'll be... well...
So you could easily say that Brutal is going to start last. Oh no, Brutal's just come out the pit lane, but I don't think he's got enough time.
He's cutting it fine. He's cutting it fine.
No, because it's taking 1 minute 20s to get around the lap, and he came out with 1 minute 10. So V. Leafley starts a lap on the intermediates. I'm going to follow him round.
There's quite a few people taking a little bit of a wide line around the hairpin. I don't know if JB
In fact, it's a bit like Japan. If you remember Japan, like in real life, they turned around and said, when it comes to them kind of hairpins, the inside line isn't always the quickest. Sometimes the wide line you take is the more momentum around the corner. So maybe that's the same case here.
Yeah, but you need to remember, at Japan it's actually slightly bold as well, rather than being flat like it is here. Because it's a flat hairpin rather than being bold, as you'll see. So yeah, Switch has
24-1 in the middle sector with Leafley.
Switch has run out of fuel, so he won't be progressing on a little bit more.
I'm still on board with Leafley at the minute, and he's looking quite good so far.
GS is coming out of the pits. Reapers
V. Leafley only getting 198 mile an hour down the straight.
Well, as we see
Leafley, how you
coming
gonna
across
do,
the line
mate?
now, does he improve?
Doesn't improve.
No, he only misses out by 4/10 of a second.
Coming on board with JB Racer, who looks like he's coming towards the end of his lap. Middle sector, and he's down on his own time by 0.3 of a second right now.
Fair enough. Well, as we think we have everyone apart from Bacon, who's
JB's
just
the
coming
only one not
across
to
the
do a lap, I
line,
think.
doesn't improve. Vince is coming out the last corner as well. Does he improve? He does, but doesn't beat. He just goes above Leafy for 8th, and the last one that's still out in the lap is JB Racing.
Here comes
Is he
JB.
going to knock off? Is he going to knock off Michael at the top spot? Comes across the line, and he doesn't improve. So Michael again prevailing in wet conditions.
Well
So
done, Michael.
he's going to be on the pole position with KS, Switch in 3rd, with Digital in 4th. Craig Senna, impressive 5th, considering he doesn't actually like the wet conditions. JB Racer, as we just saw, he's in 6th. As the best in the Ferrari is in 7th, followed by Vincent in the Toro Rosso. Filipe, another Ferrari, is in 9th. Gemin, and I actually don't even know what Gemin is driving. What's Gemin driving?
I'll have a quick look on the race director for you.
He's in a Sauber, so he's...
Gemin is in the Sauber.
Right, so who are we waiting on? We're not waiting on anyone.
No, I think it's just two people in the pit lane, Kersat going and switch that haven't retired.
Yeah, essentially switching out, going to need to retire. But yeah, anyway, Gemini is in a Sauber with Ryan and the other Toro Rosso, who is actually not too bad. He does have some pace around him. We've seen that before. He has actually got some decent pace in the wet. Bacon Yum, I don't think his strategy came off going on to the Inters, to be honest. I don't think it was the time myself. And Brutal Reapers will round it out at 13 on the grid, which potentially may be unlucky for some. Hopefully they can keep noses clean getting out of turn 1, as that was kind of an issue in the wet, but potentially maybe not an issue in the dry.
Well, one thing that will be interesting to see though is if it's actually going to be wet in the race or not, because obviously we can't tell what the weather conditions are going to be in the race.
So who knows? It could be a dry race. It could be the complete opposite of what the race, what the whole session was yesterday. It was a dry qualifying and a wet race. Is this going to be a wet qualifying and a dry race? Who knows?
You never know, you might get mixed conditions in the race. It would be nice to see, because I don't think we've actually had a mixed conditions race yet so far this season.
No, I don't believe we have.
We've had it where one session's been dry and the other one's been wet, or vice versa. But we've not had it where the race has started dry and gone wet, or vice versa.
I think we had the potential.
And it's dry by the look of it.
I think we had the potential of that in Australia, but with issues and lag and Cody's being such a fuck, it didn't work. So it's a dry race. Okay, so it was a complete polar opposite to what it was yesterday, which was a dry qualifying in a wet race. Now it's a wet qualifying and a dry race. So predictions now. What do you think the outcome's going to be now?
See, I think now it's dry. If it stays dry the entire race, I think Michael might struggle. He might lose out to people like Brutal. I know Brutal's right at the back, but he might lose out to people like Brutal towards the end of the race. People also like BST Digital and BST Switch maybe. Craig might even do better than Michael around here, because he's only in 5th place, and, you know, 5th to 1st isn't that far.
When I was speaking to Craig about time trials yesterday, from the time trial times that I saw on there, they were very, very close to each other on there. I mean, like hundredths of a second separated them.
Yeah, it's like 300ths of a second, I think Craig said. It's insane how close them two are.
Yeah, and I just want to make a quick shout out. Hi to the 4 people that's currently watching us now on Twitch. We are slowly getting more people that actually give a toss about ATA. That's good to know. I will say hi to Martin, since you somehow managed to actually uninstall your game and couldn't actually install it back again. Sucks to be you, pal.
You know, if anyone has anything they want to say in the chat or anything else want us to see on the live stream, send me it as a message. IDG Skyline. Send me it as a message, and I'll try to read as many messages as I can and try and read them out if they're sensible, not completely stupid. And then me and Dom can try and respond the best we can to your questions or messages.
We could, but are we likely going to?
Wait.
Potentially. Who knows? Depending
Well,
on
if
how
this race
goes.
is as boring as last night's race, then we'll have plenty of time to do it.
Yeah. Well, we're just waiting for everyone else to be finalising their setups and strategies for the race, and hopefully.
Can someone also send BR Mr. Michaels a message saying, "Hurry the fuck up, please, because this is taking a while."
Well, why don't you do that?
Because I'm too lazy.
Well, if I do it, it's going to interrupt the stream, so.
Yeah, I don't want you to do it.
Oh,
There we go. Michael's ready. There we go. Thank you, Michael.
Well, unfortunately, Michael's getting a 10-place grid penalty for next week for readying up without anyone say so. Okay. He's not really.
What's he meant to do? Message us. Are you ready as live streamers? Are you actually ready?
Yes, he is actually. He's meant to message us and ask us if we're ready, considering we were born ready. So, we're just seconds away from lights out here in Canada.
HRG just sent me a message. Let's see what HRG said.
So, as it's 5 red lights and it's lights out, and away we go here at Canada. It's a decent start from everyone. Michael keeps to the inside. Is KS going to go around the outside? He makes the move. So KS is taking the lead, and there's a touch between the two teammates, between Switch and Digital.
Oh, there's Mercedes gone.
Yeah, both
Mercedes gone
Switch and Digital managed to actually come together there. As we're on board wise, the best has got a decent start. Craig Senna's up to third, Digital in fourth.
Oh, Switch has crashed out. He's hit a wall. Rest in peace.
Oh, rip. As we see some of the ones at the back.
I'm going on to V Leafley because he looks like he's at the back of a group here, or right in the thick of it, should I say.
Well, if anyone was right in the thick of it, it would be Digital, who's down fifth as he was trying to get past the Ferrari of Ice Best.
Yeah, he's in the same group. He's in the same group.
So, chaotic first couple of turns there, as we can see. There's a decent
All aboard the
pack.
Craig train.
Yes, all aboard the Senna train, yeah. Let's come around the final turn. Is one of the Force Indians get very sideways. I think that was JB Racer actually who went very sideways.
Oh, Vincent's just made a move on Jimin for 9th place.
As we see, Outgoing just try to streak away. He does actually have some quite fast pace in the dry. Potentially that may prove pivotal in this race. As we see, Michael is just only...
Oh, Elite Ryan's made a move for JB Racer. He's got the place.
Oh, as one of the... Oh, it was Vincent that's went into the wall at the back of that picture there.
Yeah, I saw that.
As V Leafy is actually closing up to the back of JB Racer, but I think JB Racer's actually got some more top end on him in comparison to V Leafy here.
As the best is on the back of Craig Senna going down the back straight.
Well, Michael looks like he was closing up a bit to Outgoing. As Outgoing goes very sideways, so that's going to give some time back to Michael. As they cross the line, DRS will be enabled this lap, so everything can change as Digital has pitted.
Michael has also just set the fastest lap of the race as well, so Michael is definitely trying to push. And as the best has got past Craig Senna, and KS Outgoing has dropped a place to Michael as well, by the look of it. KS is trying to stick on the back of Michael though, just trying to get that place back. Oh, there's a Ferrari in the wall. As the best has crashed. Didn't quite see what happened there, but As the best has lost a lot of time. Probably killed his tyres a little bit as well.
Yeah, unfortunately he has moved around. See, Bacon Young's trying to get on the back of XRL Mansell, who unfortunately I think missed qualifying and managed to make it for the race. So he obviously started at the back.
I say there's a three-way battle in 7th, 6th and 5th going down the back straight. So
yeah,
some of them people are going to have DRS.
It's going to be very interesting between the Sauber of Geminin, who's going to have the DRS on V Leafy, who's going to have the DRS on JB Racer. Geminин's going to make an inside move and thinks better of it. As both come out, I love that shot. As I think V Leafy actually got a bit sideways there.
Lap.
And Leafy goes to the inside of JB Racer, and does he take the place? Yes, it does. Does the Sauber go around outside? Ooh, snip and tuck, and does actually make the place. So, as we take a little breather here at the moment, as the best is coming in for a pit stop, I think that was to replace a front wing. He has now dropped down to the back.
Probably killed his tyres
Vincent
as well.
actually pitted as well. He's on soft tyres. Same with Digital.
I'm assuming if they're going on the soft tyres, it's because we're expecting.
And I didn't even notice Michael's actually now in the lead. He's 2 seconds in front of Craig KS Outgoing, who's actually getting chased down by Craig Senna. So they're potentially.
To be fair, it looked like KS Outgoing hit a bit of a wall. I'm not gonna lie, because I was watching it a little bit, and all I saw was KS Outgoing coming very slowly out of the corner.
So, as we have a little bit of a lull at the moment, as you can see, your top 10 are Bill Mr. Michaels, who's got a 2.2 second lead over KS Outgoing, who's got Craig Senna chasing him down. with Elite Ryan in 4th. V Leafy's in 5th with Gemini just not that far behind them. JB Racel is in 7th. Brute Reapers is in 8th. XR Mansel's from the back of the grid's made up to 9th, so that's a cracking start. Bacon Yum is in 10th with Digital, who has had a horrible start with colliding with his teammate at turn 1. Vincent, who's had an equally bad start, but fortunately is trying to recover. And in 13th and the last runner is Eyes the Best in a Ferrari. So, Michael's still in the lead. He lost at turn 1. I didn't see what happened, did you?
He what? Did what? Turn 1?
Oh well, Michael lost the lead at turn 1. Did you see how he got it back?
Yeah, Chaos Outgoing hit a wall. Well, I think hit a wall or went slightly wide or something, because I got back onto him just as I saw the overtake and I saw Outgoing coming very slowly out of the corner. But if you look at the time difference though, Chaos Outgoing is actually catching quite quickly on Michael.
Yeah, Jim.
It's closing by about 4 tenths
on
in
the
that
inside
lap.
of V-Leafy. Ooh, that was a bit of a move. Gets it done though. V-Leafy is now down to 6th and Jim's up to 5th. So there's a little bit more of an action-packed race now than there was last time. So that's
I need
quite
to check
interesting.
the stream by the way, because HOG just told me that apparently it's eggy.
Well, that's not good. But anyway, we'll continue on at the moment. As we see, Bacon Yum, who was behind Mansell, has actually dropped a chunk of time. So as we see the order at the moment, we have Michael still out. He's actually getting closed down now by KS, who's only just within a second, so he potentially may have DRS this time around. Is he going to have DRS? No, he doesn't have DRS, so he wasn't close enough. Or from what I can see, Craig Senna's not that far behind the pair of them, as there's yellow flags in sector 3. Someone spun somewhere. As Digital has just gone past Bacon Yum. Vincent's gone past Bacon Yum, so Bacon Yum's not having the best of times at the moment, as he's actually lost some front wing damage, so he must have a collision with the wall or something at some point. I believe he is going to be passed by As Best as he's going to come into the pits now. As you can see with the new graphic, you can actually see the tiles that everyone's on. So as you can see, everyone's on softs, ultra softs and super softs, and only 1 or 2 of them are on softs. As we see Bacon Yum change onto supers, I believe that was. No, that's another set of ultras he's went back onto. And with a new front wing, he'll continue on ahead. As only 6/10 of a second gap between Michael and KS, as KS has DRS this time. Is he actually going to be able to get past Michael? Won't do it into the chicane, but he has closed up, and we'll use DRS this time around. Again, down the front straight, coming up
It looked like
finish line.
Michael hit the wall there.
No, he didn't hit the wall, he just got a bit sideways. So from what I can see here is very tight. There's a little battle between Brute Reapers and JB happening, and there's a battle between KS and Michael for the top spot. We're only on lap 8 of 35.
It's JB Race, Mansell and Brutal. That little group.
Well, I would like to leave the battle for the lead, but I'm not going to. I'm going to stick with it to see what happens. You can keep an eye on the other battle between Leafy. Oh, as Outgoing got a bit hot into there and had to cut the chicane under the bridge. Now, I don't think that hurt him in terms of getting a penalty or anything, but he has dropped a little bit of time back. Still will have DRS, so he needs to do all of that hard work got to get onto the back of Michael again.
Michael has got a time penalty as well. KS Outgoing's got a time penalty. Brutal's got a time penalty. Bacon's got a 10-second penalty. Elite Ryan's got a penalty. Leafy's got a penalty.
As we have a little bit of a tighter gap between the guys at the back. Between from Leafy to Reapers, Mance, and JB Racer are all within a second of each other, just over a second between those three guys. As Mansell's just floating around, same with Digital and
Oh,
Vincent.
Leafy had a bad exit.
And Craig Senna's actually overtaking Outgoing. And Outgoing has just spun the car. Oh, has he... Oh, two of them have had an incident there. That's not good. Quite a few of them. Geminin has had an accident. And KS Outgoing's had an accident. So it's Craig Senna and Michael that are 1 and 2. With Michael's leading at the moment still.
Brutal's just got past JB as well.
Yeah, there's a three-way battle. There's a four-way battle now just formed up with Brutals, Leafy, and JB. KS is going to go into the pits as the three of these guys are going to continue on.
Yeah, KS has got wing damage, which is probably why he's come in, because he's got one end plate.
Oh, as Leafy has just crashed out of the race in spectacular fashion. Wow, I don't even know what happened there. Was there potentially maybe a little bit of contact between I think it was either the Williams of Reapers or potentially may have been the full Cindy of JB. Speculation can be made at this time though. So as we can see,
there's no proper battles going on anyway, really.
Craig Senna is getting closed down by Elite Ryan, who's in 3rd place. He made a blinding start, I'm not going to lie.
Oh, Brutal's on the back of JB Racer as well.
So as you can see there, Brutal Reapers has made 9.
Dive.
Yeah, Brutal Reapers has made up 9 positions, with Elite Ryan's made up 8. So they've actually had the best start so far. Same with Mansell. The ones that have lost it the most is unfortunately Switch and Leafy, who have both crashed. The one still run that's actually lost it the most has actually been Outgoing, who's fell from 2nd to 9th.
Oh, JB looks like he's making a move on Brutal, but Brutal's defending a bit hard. That's fair though. Okay, thought better of it.
Oh, and Bacon Yum's just retired. Was that a crash? Oh, Bacon Yum.
Yeah, he's lost the wheel.
He's lost it big time, unfortunately. So we're
Where's the
down
safety car? Oh wait, Cody's broke it. Never mind.
Yeah, Cody's broke the safety car. So, well, at the moment we're on board with Michael, looking back over the exhaust, which is a bit of a weird camera. There we go, back to traditional cameras. So yeah, but
Go back to Elite Ryan. Elite Ryan's closing up on Craig.
Elite Ryan has managed to find some pace after that craziness that happened with KS. But I believe he does actually have some. No, he doesn't have any front wing damage. That potentially may have been someone else that had front wing damage. But yeah, it's a nice little tasty little battle happening for 2nd, and Brutal Reapers and JB Racer are still going at it ham over fist. So it's going to be interesting to see what's going to happen between Craig and Reapers.
You mean Craig and Elite Ryan?
Yes, that's what I meant. I totally didn't say the wrong person. I mean, I'm not a dumb. I knew what I meant. Ooh, was Elite Ryan getting a little bit of understeer into that, so he's broken a bit of his end plate off. Luckily didn't terminate himself, as Vincent has gone past Eyes the Best, and KS Outgoing has... Oh, KS Outgoing has just retired.
He's given up. He's given up.
Yeah, he's just parked it. So, if people finish in the positions they are right now, then everyone will get points. And you know what points means?
Trophies.
I was going to say prizes, but yeah, trophies, yeah!
Points means prizes. That's better. I prefer that one.
Yeah, because everyone likes a little prize. I mean, you get nothing for it, but it's a prize nonetheless.
Hey, points are the prize.
Oh, as Elite Ryan is actually is making a pit stop. What is he going to go on to? He's about to come into the pit stall now and is going onto a set of super softs. So it's about that time now. People will be making their pit stops. The ones that went on to softs obviously may not potentially make another pit stop, but as Luke Ryan comes out now, he's just about to come out in front of Mansell. Yes. Oh, but does cut the he did cut the pit lane exit, so that potentially may incur a penalty. So at the moment, as we have people going to potentially be making their pit stops, we have Michael in first, followed by Craig Senna, followed by Brutal Reaples, followed by JB Racer. Elite Ryan in fifth, XR Mansell, who made quite a good start, I must add, and is in sixth. Digital, who had a terrible start, has actually made a nice little recovery drive to be up into seventh. Vincent's in 8th, I's the Best is the last remaining Ferrari, who is in 9th, and Geminin is in 10th. And unfortunately KS, Bacon Yum and V Leafy and Switch have all retired.
Brutal's in the pit lane.
Yeah, just see, it was about to come to that as well. Thank you, Ryan. I'm forgetting people's names now, this isn't good. As he has to make a nose cone change, okay, and is onto the super softs. As Mansell is battling with Digital. I believe Mansell is still to make a pit stop anyway. So it's a bit of
Digital being the defending champion as well going into this season.
Yeah, he's not had the best of starts to his season. Bearing in mind there has actually been some glitchy issues with the first.
Oh, there's going to be a move
rounds.
here.
As we see the champion going down inside of Mansell. It's a nice move. What a move! It's not very easy overtaking spot, that one there, going out to the right.
Mansell has got wing damage as well.
As we see,
Digital's gone a bit wide there by the look of it.
Yeah, I think he was just
did not get a good exit there.
Yeah, Mansell didn't get a good exit, but I think Digital was just leaving him the space just in case he did make a dive bomb. But as we see, I's the Best is a couple of seconds behind Brute Reaples. With Vincent, it's not that far back.
Isn't that far behind Vincent either.
Yeah. Reaples potentially maybe about to overtake. No, he's too far back, way too far back to even do anything. But I's the Best potentially may actually come back into this, as he is on the super softs and everyone else is. I believe Michael and Craig haven't made a pit stop yet. Let me just have a quick check.
Yeah, they haven't.
So the ones that haven't made the pit stop are the top 3 and Mansell. So it's looking quite interesting, as the top 3 have all had a decent-ish start to the race. Just Mansell and
Brutal's right on the back of Vincent at the minute. Probably trying to save the space for DRS.
As you see that now, as Brutals is going for a inside move, and Vincent shuts the door firmly in that face of the Williams driver.
He's got a good run out the corner though, Brutal, so...
Yeah, and he will have DRS as well.
A bit too far back, I think.
Brutals is too far back to do anything at the moment. He's very close though to the back of
Got a good exit
Vincent.
though.
And he's going to use DRS. He's going to make a move down inside. Yes, he's going for the move. And does he hold the place? Round outside, does he get the better traction? It's a nice little dice here going on, and he does take the place. Does take the place from Vincent, who is on the softs, so that didn't exactly help him in the long run. Anything to add, Skyline? You've been quite predominantly quiet this whole race.
I mean, I'm just trying to keep an eye for battles and just letting you know where they are. I mean, right, this is quite a bit of gap. Oh, Michael's coming into the pit lane.
As we see Vincent, Reaples is having a little battle with Mansell. has been pushed onto the grass. Does he does he use the cut back? No, not much, but he will have the bit
Oh,
of
the top three
traction.
have all pitted.
Oh. Michaels has went on to softs, same
Michael's
with
on the
Senna.
softs. Craig's on the softs.
And
JB is going to go on to super soft. No,
No,
softs.
JB's on softs.
Okay, that was a bit of a glitch
as
there.
we see, Mansell is now pitted as well. So, everyone has now made their first pit stop. Are they potentially going to make another? That is down to them. So at the moment, as it stands at the moment,
I think the people have just gone onto the softs. I don't think they will need to make another stop because we are roughly halfway through this race now, so they should be able to take their tyres to the end at this point.
well, the guys that made their stop early onto softs, i.e. Digital, Vincent, and I don't know who the other one was at the time.
Do you mean one that?
I think it potentially may have been, but they've all now went on to softs early, so they potentially may need to stop again. But at that point, they'll be on the fastest tyre. They'll be on ultras at that point. So as we see it now, as everything has started to calm down, Vincent and Eyes the Best are right behind each other, as Brutal Reapers and Eyes the Best, as Vincent and Eyes the Best have actually swapped positions. So I wonder what happened there, as Vincent's actually dropped back a bit from him as well. Brutal Reapers is coming up the outside of JB Racer and makes that pass look like nothing, to be honest, as if he wasn't even there. So there is actually some
Digital's
decent
not far behind Craig at this point.
Yeah, but Craig is on fresher tiles than Digital is at this point, so Craig still has the advantage.
That's a very good point. To be fair, I'm not gonna lie, I'm somewhat this track just does not make entertaining racing that well.
If it was a wet to dry, I would say it can make it entertaining, like the one in 2011 in real life.
Vincent's crashed. Vincent's gone.
Vincent, what happened to him?
I don't know, but it looks like he's facing backwards around the track.
Oh, so he's done what I think Bacon Yum did. Just squirted the gas a little bit too much coming out of the right-left. No, sorry, the little the left-right chicane. One of many chicanes on this track. But yeah, unfortunately he's facing the wrong way and won't receive that vital little point, as Brutal Reapers has set the fastest lap at 1:13.7. Not mentioned the fastest lap this race much, as we don't really have a big enough graphic to show it, but at
I
this
keep paying
point,
attention to it. I've mentioned it every time it's come up, apart from that time there when you noticed it. Because it's not really happened that often so far. Even though Craig's just gone wide, that's going to chance for Digital to come up close. He's right behind Craig right now. Craig's defending quite nicely though, being fair. Digital back out, back out, back out.
oh, he
That's
does
not
get a
gonna
little
go
bit of a tap, but recovers that nicely. That was a nice little recovery as he goes in front of Digital, and there's a bit of a touch again. Is Digital going to get the position this time? Yes, but and he gets a nice
Craig
little
got the
cutback. What a nice move that was, Craig. Record that,
was
please,
great.
Skyline. That was a very nice move indeed.
I have recorded that for you, sir. As he comes back, Digital's coming back on Craig.
But Digital did have the DRS.
Oh, that's contact.
Digital does get the place. As you see now, Brutal Reapers is coming up behind them. And Craig has lost out massively there. But
I think, to be fair, though, Digital is trying to give the place back to Craig, but he's trying to be a bit careful with it.
no, I think he
not
won
sure.
that fair and square. He was on the outside, and Craig did unfortunately bump him a little bit over the curb.
When they're about to cross the start-finish line, he tapped the brakes slightly.
Alright, I think, well, they've obviously may have exchanged words saying, right, let's just race on. It's done, let's go. And we have a race on here, ladies and gentlemen, for third place at the moment, as we see, as we're on lap 20. Give you a quick rundown of, as you can see in the top, on the left-hand side of the screen on the tower, we have Mr. Michaels leading the race from Elite Ryan, who who has a 7-second gap over. Then it's a 6-second gap from Elite Ryan to this three-way battle between Digital, Repos and Craig Senna. And not that far behind is actually JB Racer, who is just waiting to pounce.
Brutal has got DRS and my voice is going at the same time. If you look at Brutal though, he's running low on fuel as well by the look of it too, which probably isn't going to help him at all. As he gets another good run on Digital. Can he get overtaken to turn 1? Digital's defending well, he's doing what he can. Oh, this is going to be close. Going around the outside of turn 2.
It's a drag race. It's a drag race.
Oh, this is going to be very tight.
Oh, he goes round the outside. What a move by Brutal Repos. That was a very good move indeed.
That. Very smart driving from both drivers there.
As Craig makes a lunge down the inside.
Oh, Craig got the place too.
And so did JB Racer. So from 3rd to 6th for Digital. How the tide can turn. We have a race here. And there's still 15 laps
I'll take my
to
words
go.
back right now on this track being boring. I'm taking my words back right now. This is good. This is getting tasty.
Now this is just showing you how good it is at the top division in ATA. This is prime real estate right now. There's 4 drivers battling for the last step of the podium, and there's still 15. There's still
we had that
14
last night
laps
as well.
to
To be fair, there was me, the 2 Williams, and the Red Bull last night. We're doing pretty much the exact same thing as what's going on now, but only in wet conditions. But this is still very impressive how they're managing to stick side by side with each other.
It's only a matter of time before Brutal succumbs to onslaughts from these guys, but he is actually pulling away. He has actually got a second gap between him and Craig. And gaining. I think he may be in Rich at the moment, pushing the car just so he can get a bit of a gap.
I think Brutal will pull away at this point because he's also on the faster tyres, so...
He is,
it's
so...
going to be, I think, between Craig and JB at the minute.
Talking about JP...
Digital's
JB,
also full.
yeah, talking about JB, he is trying to make a move. Closes up a little bit to the back of Craig Senna, but doesn't make anything of it. He will get DRS because he is close enough. He will get DRS for the next time down the back straight. Will he make a lunge into the finish chicane? I don't think he will.
He's played it safe.
It's a bit of a dangerous move trying to do a lunge into the last chicane. If he can pull it off, it's good, but at this point in time, it's just going to be a drag race. As he has the DRS open. And goes round the outside. Pretty rudimentary round here at Canada. As he makes a mistake at the exit.
He's messed up that exit.
He has, but
Craig's
he still has
back.
DRS. Craig's alongside him and has the inside. Ooh, nearly contact there.
HLG just messaged me saying that the Williams are the kings of entertainment, basically, because Brutal Reaper's obviously been a Williams driver, giving us plenty of entertainment here.
He is actually. I'm not actually not going to lie, but I will say right now it's actually between the Red Bull and the Force India, so bit hard to say that considering we're not actually looking at your driver, Martin. So get your facts right.
But these two battling is causing Digital to stick not far behind. I reckon if they were in clear air, Digital would have been left behind by now because Digital is not keeping up very well.
Not just that, they're actually letting Repos get away from them. He's already built up a 2-second gap between him and Craig. As that's an actually interesting shot looking at the suspension air of the Force India. But anyway, back we are to the main action here as Repo has just pulled away and
Elite Ryan's gone into the pits.
So Elite Ryan's probably going to be moving on to another set of possible super softs. Let's have a look at the pit stop.
I'll have a look for you. Okay.
As Elite Ryan pulls into pit stop, he's gone on to
Ultras.
Ultras for the last 10 laps.
5-second penalty. 5-second penalty as well. That's going to hurt him.
That's not going to go nicely with him.
Oh, and a nose cone replacement. That is going to be bad.
Oh, no, that's just going to drop him right down
got
to
to be
the
a
back.
kick up the backside.
That is going to be a kick in the teeth. But with all this clean air, well, Michael's just pretty much running away with this race. There's not much to say about him at the moment. He's leading it comfortably by 13 seconds in front of Repos, who actually has a 3-second gap between him and Craig, who's got JB Racer right up his chuff with Digital just not that far behind him. So this race is heating up for this last podium spot. It's going to be interesting to see what actually comes out of it at the end. As
JB's going to get DRS.
Yeah, as Elite Ryan actually came out behind, in front of I's the Best, who's on Ultra Softs as well.
Oh, the move's got done, but Craig's got it. Craig's defending. Oh, there's been a bit of contact. And yeah, that looked fine. There doesn't seem to be any damage, so that
no damage
right.
done, but it was a bit of a move. I think Craig may have got a bit of understeer, which kind of forced them to like kind of block the line as he gets a bit squirrely out of the second turn here. As we look back towards JB and Digital, as I's the Best sets the fastest lap. Go on, I's the Best. Ooh, JB gets a little bit of a twitch coming out there. Now, turns 5 and 6, I think that was, are probably the trickiest ones because you have to come in quite fast to a left. Then, when you come onto the power, you need to watch the back end doesn't, well, snap on you essentially. As we see,
you've got to be very careful. It's like that around a few corners on this track though, like turn 1 and 2 are the exact same, turns 3 and 4 are the same. It's not an easy track.
As we see Craig taking that inside line so that he doesn't get passed down the inside, and it has to make it trickier for JB. But JB is still fighting in stronger as Craig goes a little bit wide, pushes him towards the wall as Brute Reapers has made his final stop and has went on to his Ultras and is just about to come out behind this bunch, so it's going to be interesting to see.
He's got his work cut out for him.
Yeah, he certainly does have his work cut out for him, as this is now your battle for second place. Now, if I'm not mistaken, these guys will be going to the end, so it's going to be quite interesting to see what's going to happen now.
I'm not sure if you saw then, but Elite Ryan just got the fastest lap of the race so far as well.
I did see that, yes. So, guys, now with the lower fuel and all that, will be setting fastest lap. Don't forget, you do get an additional bonus point for fastest lap. Which, for the
Michael is demanding this race so far with an 18.6 second lead.
Yeah, he's just gone away with it. Whereas you have this little battle for second and third between Craig and JB, but Digital isn't letting them out of his sights that easily. He's only 1.2 behind JB, but is keeping them honest. Any mistake from the pair of them, then JB and Craig won't have that podium. It will be BST Digital, who has actually just come into the pits. So he will be going on to Ultra Softs, as most people will be at this point now. So it's going to be interesting to see where he comes out, and as he has actually come out behind Brutal Reapers, so it's going to be interesting to see how BST's, how Digital's going to handle this. So how far is the gap between him? Yeah, there's a bit of a gap between him and Reapers, Digital Reapers that is. As again, it's back onto this battle between Craig and...
As the best as retired from the session, and how could it wide? Looks like he's just hit a wall, maybe. Kind of hard to tell. They might have just given up in the race. I'm not 100% sure. But we're coming down the back straight now. On board at JB Racer on my end, trying to make a move on Craig Senna still. Doesn't look like he's got the straight line speed compared to Craig. Going into the World of Champions area, be careful. Ooh, Craig got a little bit of a touch there, I think, but he's come out quite nicely. Kept the car in one piece at least, that's the main part, to get points. Obviously, points hang out the Captain Obvious, right? As Brutal Reapers sets the fastest lap in the Williams, HLG will be very happy. Hope you're enjoying yourself for that. Williams boy is going quick. Probably on a fresh set of Ultras, so that is probably in his favour right now. As JB Racer still sticking behind Craig Senna. Less than half a second separating them. So let's see if JB Racer can actually do anything about the pure pace that Craig Senna is showing here today. Going down the hairpin. This is where the DRS will come into play after this corner. Let's see if JB can do anything about it. We'll see if Craig can hold on to his position. Activates the DRS coming down the straight. Again, the slipstream and DRS, but it still doesn't look like he can get the sprint speed. Hello, we're playing FIFA apparently. No, the straight line speed of Craig.
Hello, I'm back.
And the Scotsman's back.
Yes. As we see, JB.
I'd have said that cars have sprint speed.
Yeah, I heard. I was speaking to my sister there, unfortunately. I heard this is not FIFA. This is F1. Get your facts right. As BTS Digital sets the fastest lap, you're going to see that a lot now, considering these cars will have low fuel and they'll be on the correct tyres now, as there is only 7 laps to go.
Do you think any more of the top 4 will make a pit stop for the ultra softs, like to get, you know, final 5 laps in of pure pace?
I don't think so, because if I just let me go on to the leader. Well, if Michael was to make a pit stop, he would just come out in front of Gemin. If Craig was to come out, he'd drop behind Brutal. Same with JB.
I think the only person who can take the gamble to try and set the fastest lap, try and get that extra bonus point, is Michael. Because I think Michael could probably pit, go onto the faster tyre, and still win the race. Yeah, he might lose a place or two, but I think he'll get it back quite easily.
Oh, he wouldn't. He would lose. He would only come out in front of Gemin, but he would, because JB and Craig are battling at the moment. Then he really won't. As JB is actually, I think he's used a bit too much of his tyre and is actually dropping back a little bit. But he is staying there as Digital again sets the fastest lap, showing his pace right now. But it will be interesting to know how, if JB's just letting it off a little bit just so these tyres can come back, give it a little break, because he has been harassing the back of Craig for about the good part of 10 laps now.
Honestly, I think JB Racer's had it now. I think he's had his chances. I think he's worn out his tyres, killed his tyres a bit too much now. That Craig has,
well, I wouldn't say that,
got a chance to pull a lead.
Yeah, he is starting to pull a little bit, but he's not pulling as much as we thought he may have. JB will keep Craig honest. I've seen him coming out the last couple of turns. It's 5 laps to go now, as Michael has, well, from the start of the race, after KS had a bit of an issue, which we didn't unfortunately see. He's just been commanding this race. He's just gone. He's just left everyone in his dust. Nothing else anyone could do.
Mount, look at Brutal, by the way. Brutal is right behind Jimin.
Yeah, that'll be because he's on the softer tyres, and ooh, bit of contact there. And yeah, he's just going to make that look academic as well, just straight past him. But saying that, Gemin didn't give
Williams
that place
driver makes
easily.
a move.
Yeah, Gemin didn't give that place easily. He didn't roll over and let him take it. He actually made him work for it. As Mansell's made another pit stop, that may be for a front line change. Potentially, he may even come out in front of these guys. But is he going to come out? Yeah, he's going to come out in front of Michael. Well, behind Michael, so he may come out in front of these two. Yeah, he's going to just come out ahead of Craig and JB, which is good for them. As we actually see, Ripple is going to be pulling Gemin along, so there may be a 4-car battle in the last couple of laps. So, things are definitely getting tasty.
Definitely, yeah.
So as we
I have noticed though, for the last 10 laps of this race, that Michael's gap to Craig has roughly stayed the same, roughly about 18 seconds.
Yeah, that's because he won't be pushing as much as Craig is, as JB is actually starting to close up a bit onto the back of Craig. But at the same time, Ripples is hunting the pair of them down on the fresher tiles, so this is going to be nip and tuck for the final podium spot. It's going to be very interesting to see who is going to win. That is the big point. Who is going to win the race?
I think Michael's going to win.
Sorry. Who's going to get second and third? You knew what I meant. You and your FIFA speed sprinting stuff. God,
Sprint speed!
Your...
You said it the wrong way round. Get your
speed,
words
sprint,
right,
sprint,
man.
speed. I don't give a fuck. Anyway, back to the race.
There might be kids watching.
That's money. This video will get demonetized anyway because of the swearing when we upload it to YouTube. Hi YouTube.
Oh, fuck YouTube.
Anyway,
He's like, hi YouTube, and I was like, fuck YouTube.
anyway, back
Look
to
at
the
Brutal,
race,
though.
as Brutal is actually closing up to the back of JB, but I don't think JB's going to roll over and let him take the place. They did have a three-way battle.
JB's done well to try and get the position he's in now. Oh, Brutal's going on the outside. This is a bit brave. Oh!
That was a bit of a squeeze by JB there.
No damage though, which is a good thing.
Yeah, that could have been a hell of a lot worse.
Thing is, JB does also have to kind of realise that, you know, he's on the slower tyre by 2 compounds.
Yeah, but he will have DRS on Craig, who is also on 2 slower compounds than Reaples. So, as we're coming up to the end of lap 33, start lap 34, we've got a nice little 3-way tussle here, just to make you aware that Gemin isn't that far behind as well, but these guys will be pushed all the way by Reaples, is going to make a move on JB, and JB saves it.
I'm
wow,
recording that.
what
JB should have
move.
given room. JB should have given room there, I'm sorry, but he should
No,
have.
JB gave him plenty of room. JB gave him plenty of room. There was nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all.
JB was nearly on the curb, mate. I'll show you after the race. It didn't look like there was any room at all.
As JB is getting closed down now by Brutal. Go on board with Brutal now. Question is JB going to
Because Brutal
defend
is now
inside?
slowing down JB and letting Craig pull away.
Yeah.
Oh, Craig's
That's
ran deep though, so has JB.
And through all that, Gemin's
that's-
actually managed to close up to be within DRS of Reaple. So we now have a bit of a 4-way tussle for 3rd place.
Hey, George,
Second.
Williams are back at it again.
Back at it again with the white vans. Anyway, memes aside, we have, as we're going on to the last lap of the race, was Brutal tried to go down the inside of JB into turn 1, didn't work out. He potentially may have to wait until the hairpin for the next decent opportunity.
If you look at Brutal though, his fuel is flashing red.
Not one of these drivers are wanting to give an inch or a mile to the nearest competitor, as JB is trying to close back up to the back of Skyline. Sorry, Senna. Jump. Anyway, all said and done, it's been an absolutely comprehensive start. He was on pole, lost it out in the first couple of laps, but has managed to come back, as we see BR Mr. Michaels take the win here in Canada. But now it's going to be the interesting battle between 2nd, 3rd and 4th. But I think it's going to be where it is now. As we see Craig coming out this last turn now. Is he? Yeah, he's going to hold on to his Reaples, is going to hold on to 3rd. So it's Senna and... Oh, wait, what? Okay, it's Gemin and BTS Digital. Then Craig, then Brutals and JB.
Okay.
Okay. Well.
Okay, Jimin, 2nd place.
Gemin, okay. Well. I don't know what to say.
Oh, okay.
Things and stuff went down, and Gemin and BTS Digital have managed to get 3rd and 2nd. So it's a double pot. It's a 1-2 actually.
To the party for you.
It's a 1-2 for Sauber. That's very interesting, as we'll get these players into the comms box.
Hello, Digital. Welcome to the stream. Don't forget to tick your name so we can hear you talk. Wahaha.
Well,
Hello.
is everyone here? Have you all included your audios?
Well,
Oh,
it's
sorry.
only digital.
Only digital.
No.
Well, may as well.
Only digital, dude. That's just disrespectful, man.
Well, Jim's not
Only
here.
digital. God.
I was talking about the people who made it on the podium. So shut your mouth. Anyway, we'll wait for
Still
Michael
wait
to
for
come
Michael.
in.
Don't forget Michael.
Well,
There he is.
we have them all here. Well, I must say, that was a very interesting race. If it wasn't for the penalties, it would have been a very, very interesting race indeed at the end. But, well, we must turn to Michael now. You led from start to finish, pretty much, apart from the first couple of laps. What was the key to your victory today then?
I must say before I say about my race, Jemin, 1-2 for Sauber. Yes.
I was going to come to that. I was going to come to that, but okay. Anyway,
brilliant. Yes, yeah. Sorry. Obviously I was ecstatic with pole. As soon as the wet weather came down, you know what I'm like.
yeah.
With wet
we
weather,
ought to
I
say
liked
this in
it.
commentary.
I actually didn't think I'll get it because at the end of qualifying, I think the track was drying up and it was at its best, and I ran out of fuel, so I left the opportunity. It wasn't taken, but I knew because Chaos was on the ultras, even if he did pass me, which he did, as long as I stuck with him, then I should be okay. But he was struggling. I don't know why, and I passed him a couple of times, and then once I got the gap, once he unfortunately retired, it was just keeping composed, like Russia really, keeping composed, not getting too many penalties, and then just bring it home. Yeah, just very happy with that.
Now, talking about KS, what actually happened to him? Because we didn't see what happened to him, because he was leading by a comfortable margin, then all of a sudden he was in second.
All throughout that race, he just seemed to be struggling. Just was bouncing off the walls, clipping it. Car was going sideways a few times. I just think, I don't know whether he didn't change his setup from wet or something. He didn't seem comfortable from what I could see.
Well, anyway, in light of that, we'll move on to second place, which would be the second of the Saubers, as Michael has already preached upon. It was a 1-2 for Sauber today with Jemin. I believe this may be your third or fourth race. Sorry, second, and you've already got yourself a podium. How do you feel about getting your first podium in ATA?
Second. You got podium last week as well.
Oh, did it? Okay. Well,
facts, Dom, come
I
on.
didn't see the race last week, so how was I supposed to know? Anyway,
Do your research.
You got second place. Are you potentially going to try and make a charge on the championship?
I'll do it after the race.
I was about to say,
Well,
Michael is the resident fact checker. He will keep you right on points and prizes that potentially may occur. So, was it strategy that made... Well, obviously it wasn't strategy, but you were struggling a little bit towards the end. Do you think you potentially could have been on a different set of tyres towards the end? Fair enough. As we will come on to the one that's in third, who is actually the reigning champion. Digital. You had a bit of you've had a bit of
Can I just
instant-
turn around and say, Jamin, your audio wasn't included when you was talking just then, just to point out.
Say again.
if you want, you can. Quickly.
Yeah, so a lot of
Fair enough. Well, as we move on to third place, who is your current championship champion from last season, Digital. You had a bit of an incident at turn 1. What happened between you and your teammate?
So KS went around the outside of Michael. Then my teammate had to avoid Michael, and then he forced me like nearly onto the grass. So I tapped him. He was sliding across the whole track, and then I lost my wing because I hit his car.
Yeah.
So I went into the pits. Yeah.
Yeah, so when you went out of the pitch, you actually managed to make an epic recovery drive. Was it your secondary strategy that kind of prevailed, or was it just by you looking after your tiles and knowing when to change onto the ultras?
Well, on the softs, I was quite quick, just managing my tires. Craig was a bit dirty. I don't know what he was doing today. Just going straight into my car, dive bombing me. I don't know if he really wanted the podium, but so I went on the ultras because I was losing time after that, and then I was about 10 to 12 seconds behind, and I catched up on the ultra softs, and yeah, I just got to the back of the pack just before the end.
Yeah, well, from what I could also see, you actually managed to get fastest lap, so you do have the bonus point as well. So yeah, because I could see lap after lap, you were just lighting the timesheets alive. Was the strategy, not the strategy, was the setup with you? Were you
Well,
comfortable
yeah, I
with
had the pace
the way the
today.
car was?
Yeah, I definitely had the pace today. If I didn't have that incident at turn 1, I could be possibly contending for the lead, but I don't know if Michael's managing his tyres a lot towards the end. But it's just unfortunate circumstances today, and we'll go on to the next race if I'm there.
Yeah. And on that note, well, talking about the next race, which will be for the GP2 and the F1 Division, will be at Baku in Azerbaijan. You can catch the GP2 race on Thursday with Michael and Craig, who can give you the rundown of what happened last week as well. And you can also catch me, potentially Skyline and HLG if they feel up to it. They'll be here with me in the box as always on the Friday at 7. So, as it has been, well, it was started as a bit of a dull race, turned out to be a bit of a firework. Well, we'll see you next week in Azerbaijan. So from the podium, it's goodbye.
Bye.
And from Skyline, it's goodbye.
Adios.
And from me, it's goodbye, and thank you for watching.